Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the end of life as we know it. Okay, it's not that bad, but this Sunday marked the end of the professional football season, and for many of you, it may as well be the end of the world, right? How's it going, guys? I'm your host, Michelle, checking in again, and this week on Sportsbook Revolution TV, I want to give you the full damage report on the outcome of the Super Bowl. I'll also give you all the betting news you can sink your teeth into over the upcoming weeks and months post-football. So let's get into the Super Bowl, shall we? Or should we call it the Power Outage Bowl? How many of you were wondering whether the 36-minute power outage was a coincidence, or was it a desperate attempt from Vegas to change the momentum of the game and alter the outcome to be more profitable for sportsbooks? Well, for you conspiracy theorists out there, you may be onto something. I mean, when you look back at the season as a whole, the NFL outcomes were definitely not the moneymakers that the Vegas odds makers have been used to over the years. And if you've been following our program, you'll have seen plenty of reports over the past few months talking about what a lousy year the sportsbooks had on NFL games as a whole. Lousy for the sportsbooks, but great for you guys, right? Okay, so aside from the power outage conspiracy, most bettors out there made out like bandits on the game. Not so much in the point spreads, but on the props. Ah yes, the props. Few sporting events in the world bring about such creative and entertaining bets as the Super Bowl prop bets. And this year didn't disappoint. Colin Kaepernick, the San Francisco treat, was a one-man wrecking crew with the prop bet, easily making money for millions out there in the betting world who put their money down on the quarterbacks over for both passing and rushing yards. Then there was the biggest prop killer of them all for the sportsbooks, and it came with 12 seconds left in regulation. For those of you who put money down on whether a safety would be scored sometime in the game, probably felt pretty good about yourselves. But the ones who turned positively giddy were those bettors who bet on a safety to be the final scoring play of the game. The Vegas sportsbooks paid out as much as 75-1 on that prop alone. Was that the case for you? Or did you not have a chance to wager on any props this year? I'll tell you what, it's too bad if you didn't, because that means you missed your chance to play the football props contest on sportsbookrevolution.com. If you didn't check it out, the game was simple. VIP members on the site were given free entry to wager on 40 different prop bets before the big game. And after the dust settled on Sunday night, we had 4 lucky winners come away with some nice cash prizes. No, there wasn't a props bet on a wardrobe malfunction on Beyonce's performance, but I'll put in a good word for something like that next year, guys. By the way, if you want to check out the lucky winners, or any of the winners for that matter, just log on to sportsbookrevolution.com and click on the leaderboard link. Alright, so it's finally time to move away from the pigskin and look forward to the big sporting events coming up in the next few months. As the NFL moves into its off-season and the only things we hear about are the combine and draft day, we can now turn our attention to the sports world's next betting craze, NCAA basketball. So if you're completely in the dark about college basketball or really haven't followed the season so far because you're really more of a March Madness person, it's time to listen up because I'm going to give you the scoop on who to watch for. You ready? Florida, Michigan, Indiana, Louisville, Duke, Kansas, Arizona, Syracuse, Kentucky, Gonzaga, Miami, Ohio State, Pittsburgh, Michigan State, Minnesota, UCLA, Creighton, Butler, Missouri, and Cincinnati. Those are the top 20 teams with the best odds to win the title this year. And if you didn't get all that, just check into our Sportsbook Revolution blog, where one of our latest posts has the entire list and each team's odds to win the national championship. Next week, we'll delve more into how some of the top teams are doing and where things may shake out for them by the end of the season. The madness is on its way, guys, and we'll have you covered right here on Sportsbook Revolution TV. I'm your host, Michelle, and I'll see you next week. Welcome to the Revolution.